and welcome to another episode of LARPCorp. Now, this is a special episode of LARPCorp to me because I actually didn't know that there was a fifth state of matter. I thought that there were only four: solids, liquids, gases, and plasma. But it turns out I was wrong and there's a fifth state of matter called...
Yeah, the fifth state of matter is called a colloid. Simply, let's put this simply, because it can get a lot more complex, we found out.
For sure.
So, a colloid is simply an insoluble particle being evenly distributed through a fluid. This can take the form of smoke or other things, so yeah.
So, colloids, how does it science?
To the dinner table of science! Welcome to the dinner table of science, Miles. Today we are going to be making a colloid. Are you excited to make a colloid?
I'm excited to make a colloid. As you can see, we already have one made right here, but we're going to show you how to make your very own.
Yeah, so things you're going to need are listed as follows. You're going to need some cornstarch.
Some water.
Some water. You need a measuring cup equaling 1 cup. Then you need just a container to put it in, and the optional food coloring to make it colorful and pretty. Cool. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready. Are you guys ready at home? Let's do science. Cool. So, we're going to need this. Step 1 complete. We're on our way. So, Miles, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you measure out 1 cup of that. Be careful. This makes a mess, so make sure you have paper towels on handy because this makes a mess, as you can see. If you can't get it out, we might need to open the other one. Can't get it out, we do have a spoon. We have a spoon to make less of a mess.
That's all that has this container in it.
Let's put a little bit more in, so go ahead and we're going to go ahead and open this one up. Oh Lord, making a mess all over myself. Okay, set this right there. Go ahead once. Okay, we have about a cup, so Miles, I'm going to have you put that in. Yep. Be careful, guys. Like I said before, this makes a mess. Make sure you clean up after yourself. Science can be messy sometimes. Cool. Wait, we have to add the food coloring. What color do you want, Miles?
Let's do blue.
Blue, let's add blue. So, this is the step you'd add the food coloring. If you wanted to make it colorful, you add it to the powder. Then you add some water. So let's make this blue. There, add a little bit of water, just enough to coat all the powder. Go ahead, add just a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna mix. You really want to get in there and mix. Now this is why you keep the other one. If you add too much water, like we might have here, what you're going to do is you're just going to add more powder to it. So you just take it, sprinkle in some more powder, mix again. Miles, I'm going to go ahead and have you do that. Go ahead and mix that up while I grab my colloid. Yeah, really try, when you're mixing it, really try to get all the powder along the edges. And you should feel it starting to stiffen up a bit. And if you're not, you need to add more powder. Miles, how's it going? Do we need more powder?
We need more powder.
Need more powder. Let's really get that in there. Go ahead and mix that up. That should do it. Okay, now let's just straighten up a bit. Let's move this over here. See the colloid in action. How's it going over there?
It's pretty clumpy.
Oh yeah, just keep mixing, really get in there. Now, a good test to see if yours is ready is to take your spoon out already made a colloid. Just give it a smack on the top, and if it resists, you're working with a colloid. Miles, how is it? Go ahead and give it a little smack. Is it still liquidy?
It's getting there.
A little bit more powder?
No, it's good.
Okay, cool. So now, what you guys have in front of you is a colloid. You should, if you move your spoon slowly, go ahead and move it slowly with us, you're gonna notice it acts like a liquid. You could scoop it, pour it, liquid, right? Liquid. Boom, it's liquidy. Now what you're gonna do is go ahead and give it just a nice little stab on the top, hard. And you're gonna notice something. You're gonna notice the resistance and kind of like solid-like nature that this compound produces. So go ahead and Miles, why don't you explain what's going on here?
So the spoon is trying to move through the substance, but it can't quite do it quickly because the molecules are all clumped up together. Because the cornstarch and the water the particles are so close together and clumps together that they're hard to move out of the way quickly.
So therefore, when you move slowly, you give the particles enough time to move out of the way and act as a liquid. If you try to go too quickly, they won't be able to move. What resistance are you feeling when you stab it?
There's a definite pause between when it catches your stab and when you hit the ground. I mean, when you hit the table. Like it's ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Whereas in the water, it would just be a fluid just clunk on the bottom.
Now guys, I'm wondering, what are some ways we might see colloids used in today's society, in everyday life? Well, let's go find out.
So, as you can see, colloids have some pretty interesting properties, and now we're going to go over some things that are colloids that you might not think of. So one of the most prevalent examples is our incense burning. The smoke it gives off is a colloid because it's filling up the room with the small particles of what we're burning, giving the room a nice smell.
Oh yeah, so now we're just going to kind of list off a few more. So you have like topical creams that you might use.
Hair gel.
You might have mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is a colloid.
And so is milk. Milk is also a colloid.
Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of everyday objects are colloids. So we want to thank you for watching this episode of How Does It Science. And remember, this is super important, remember this, science is always better with friends.